To begin this project, I will be using a super bulky yarn. So the yarn that I used for both bag savers, for both identical patterns, I used the same yarn, just two different colors. So this is Yarn Bee Breathe Deep Super Bulky, and the color is Dove, and it comes with 303 yards, and I did use almost the entire ball, and I was able to get this ball for $2.99 on clearance at Hobby Lobby, and you can't beat that. Like, that is a great deal to where you could spend $3 on one ball of yarn and make one big project. Like, you can't get that anywhere for $3, but you can here. You can make it here. So this here, it says name and color is Dove/02, and it's got the lot number. And then here it says that this yarn is 100% polyester. It does recommend using the 9mm crochet hook, but I chose to use a 6.5. So the hook I'll be using is a K 6.5mm crochet hook, and this is just a regular aluminum hook here. And for the tutorial, I'll be using that same yarn, Yarn Bee Breathe Deep Super Bulky, but I will be using it in the color Stone Blue. And just remember, if you're going to use a super bulky yarn, you'll need at least 300 yards, really close to 300 yards to complete this entire pattern. You can make this as short or as tall as you would like, but if you would like to make it the same exact length that I did, then you would need 300 yards for sure. This bag saver pattern fits a variety of bags. It fits small grocery bags and large garbage bags. Our multiple for this pattern is the number 7. We will first make a slip knot on our hook. We will chain 21 chains. We will now work our way down our chain to our very first chain. In that first chain, in the top back loop, we will insert our hook to make a slip stitch joint. We will now chain 2 chains. I will turn my chains to the back to find that very first back loop. I will yarn over for a double crochet, finding that back loop, and make 1 double crochet in my first chain. I will continue making 1 double crochet in the back bump of each chain all the way around until the end. by working into the back bump makes a very nice edge at the bottom of our bag saver. This will be the bottom opening to remove my bags. I have 21 double crochets in total. I will skip over the chain 2, find my very first double crochet chain, and slip stitch join into that chain. We will now chain 2. In the same chain here, we will make 2 double crochets along with 2 double crochets in each chain all the way around for a total of 42 double crochets. After our last double crochets, we will skip the chain 2, slip stitch join into that first double crochet chain. We will chain 2 for row 3. For row 3 and 4, we will make 1 double crochet in each chain all the way around for a total of 42 double crochets. At the end of row 3, we will slip stitch join like before. We will chain 2, and for row 4, we will repeat row 3. At the end of row 4, slip stitch join, and for row 5, we will begin our new pattern. We will chain 4, wrap the yarn around your hook twice for a treble. In that very same chain, we will make 1 treble. We will now skip 2 chains. In that third chain, we will make 5 trebles all in the same chain. This is what our pattern repeat looks like. We will skip 2 chains and repeat this pattern in the 3rd chain. Repeat this pattern in every 3rd chain all the way around until the end, and I will meet you back then. So far, we've made a nice little bow for the bottom opening of our bag saver. After you make your last set of shells, you will skip the last 2 chains. You will skip the 4 initial chains, and then you will slip stitch join into that very first treble. For row 6, we will chain 4. On top of that 1 treble, we will now make 5 treble shells on top of that treble. We will skip 2 chains, and in that 3rd treble, we will make 1 treble. This will be our pattern repeat for row 6. Skip 2 chains, and in that 3rd chain, we will repeat our pattern and make 5 trebles. The pattern is looking pretty good so far. You will skip 2 chains and repeat that 1 treble on top of that 3rd treble in the middle of the shell. And then you will skip 2 chains, and on top of that 1 treble, repeat your 5 treble shell. Once you get to the end of row 6, you will skip over the 4 chains. You will look for your first treble, and in that stitch, you will slip stitch join. We'll now repeat row 5, but before we do, we need to slip stitch join across the next 2 chains until we reach that third treble in the middle of that shell. We will chain 4 and repeat row 5. Go ahead and finish up this row, and I will meet you back at the end. At the end of row 7, after you've completed your 5 treble shells, you will skip 2 chains, skip the 4 chains, and slip stitch join into your first treble. We will now chain 4, and we will repeat row 6. In case you make a mistake, say instead of 5 treble shell, you make a 4 treble shell, what you will do is just skip that 1 chain and then go into the next chain and continue on like you didn't make a mistake at all. So making a mistake, it's an easy fix. Don't worry at all. You got this. You can do this. We will be alternating row 6 and 7 over and over until we complete row 24. You can make this pattern as short or as long as you would like, but if you would like to make it as long as I made mine, then you will complete until row 24 and I will meet you back then. I completed rows 6 and 7, alternating each row, and I completed until I reached row 24. So far, my bag saver measures 22 inches from bottom to row 24. Now it is time to complete the top ribbing of our bag saver. So we will chain 2, and in the same chain, we will make 1 double crochet. We will continue to make 1 double crochet in each chain all the way around until we are finished. Complete 1 double crochet in each chain all the way around, and I will meet you back at the end. At the end of this row, you will slip stitch join into that first double crochet chain right there. Then repeat this row one more time. For our next row, we will chain 1, and we will make 1 single crochet in the same chain, 1 single crochet in each chain all the way around until the end. Will be our last row. Do not slip stitch join. You will now chain 14. You will go to the very first single crochet of the row before. You will go into that chain and you will make 1 single crochet. Continue making 1 single crochet in each chain all the way around. Once you get to the end before your chain 14, I will meet you back then. Once you reach the end of this row, go into that last single crochet and make a single crochet. We will continue making single crochets all the way across the chain 14. At the end, in that very first single crochet, I will slip stitch join. Now we are finished with our back saber. And you can close that opening if you'd like, or you can leave it alone. You can leave it just the way it is. That's up to you. Or you can weave in your ends and through there and close your handle. I'm going to pull this loop out and tighten that down. And now I'm going to grab my yarn needle and thread my yarn needle and weave in my yarn end, closing that loop for my handle. Thank you all for watching my tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this pattern. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Like if you enjoyed it. Please leave a comment below. Let me know how much you liked it or not. And I will see you all very, very soon. Don't forget, I have a lot of other tutorials that you might enjoy also.